Hey guys, Emmanuel here, and before I jump into the video, I just want to ask you guys to give me the HBO special. That is the help a brother out by hitting the subscribe button and leaving a like on this video. It helps out a lot. I'm going to give you guys a few seconds to do that. Alright, now that's over. Today I wanted to do something kind of different. I wanted to react to a video of Bob Myers, the Golden State Warriors GM, just talking about basketball and how it made me think, wow, this is the reason why the Golden State Warriors are a dynasty, why they're so good, right? Because the Golden State Warriors are a special team. Like, they're a very special team in the sense that they have, in the last 10 years, have had a team or two to be considered one of the greatest teams of all time. Their 2016 team and 2017 team. One won 73 games and lost 9, broke the Bulls record, and then the other had added Kevin Durant to that. And so, but the thing about their success is most of it is homegrown. Like, they draft really well. They drafted Klay Thompson, they drafted Steph Curry, Draymond Green. All those players have been very integral in the success of the Golden State Warriors. And so, like I always say, success kind of trickles down. It comes from the top and it goes down. It comes from the top and then it goes down to the lowest guy. It goes from the owner of the team and then all the way to the 15th man on the bench. And Bob Myers being in the front office and this speech just exemplifies the excellence, I think, when I think about the Golden State Warriors. Not only do they draft well, they trade really well. Like, they do not make bad trades. I saw today on Twitter how an anonymous GM basically called out the Minnesota Timberwolves and said that the deal that they made for Andrew Wiggins was highway robbery. Gave up D'Angelo Russell for a pick. That pick turned out to be Jonathan Kuminga, who is really good, who's going to be great for the Warriors in the future. And then you saw how good Andrew Wiggins was in the finals this year. And then when you compare how terrible how lackluster D'Angelo Russell has been for the Timberwolves, and no wonder why GMs behind closed doors are saying, what the heck was that? And it's just tip of the hat to the Golden State Warriors front office, Bob Myers, and the way that they run their organization. I've always thought they run their organization so effectively, so efficiently. The way they play basketball, it's so effective, it's so efficient, led by Steph Curry. The way they manage, it's so effective and it's so efficient. And so this video, I wanted to watch it with you guys and just give you my thoughts on it as we watch it. And you're going to see why the Warriors are as good as they are, why they are a dynasty. Because the guy behind the Warriors, this is how his brain works. This is what he thinks when he's making a draft pick, when he's thinking about a trade, the kind of players that he wants, the kind of culture that he wants in his team. So we're gonna get into the video here.
Like the regular season, they are two completely different sports. The way it's officiated, the way that he's playing 42 minutes in the playoffs. I don't know what he averaged in the regular season when he was playing. So your bench is completely different in the regular season versus the playoffs.
And you can prepare differently. You can prepare differently.
Absolutely.
You have more time.
And you do prepare differently.
Yeah.
Not only can you, you do. And you better believe Paul, listening to Doc as his coach in a regular season back-to-back game, he's going in the locker room.
By the way, I should preface that Bob Myers actually knows basketball. Like, he's not just some suit. He's not just some executive or some business manager that they got to run the team. Bob Myers actually played basketball for UCLA when he was in college. So he knows basketball, and then on the other hand, he's also very smart. Bob Myers is actually a lawyer. He actually has a JD degree. So this guy knows not only what he's talking about in terms of like basketball, but just his brain in and of itself. He understands, right? And so when he implements that into basketball, you get the Golden State Warriors. But let's continue. Boom.
He's like, all right, who am I got? In the playoffs, he knows exactly what he's doing.
Right.
And by the way, in the playoffs, His first move is gone. It's like a baseball player that they say, well, here's our scouting report. He cannot hit a curveball away. He's getting a curveball away every single pitch. So if they say, Paul, take...
What he's talking about there is the playoffs is completely different from regular season basketball, and that's completely true. It's officiated differently. You prepare different moves, and he's completely right. The moves that might have worked for you in the regular season get completely taken away because guys prepare for you, right? They get a day or two and they are solely preparing for your move. So that kind of gets it. So that kind of takes away those moves from you. And another thing that I really like that gave me insight into how he thinks and why I think he's a really brilliant guy is the fact that he brought baseball into it. Now, I watch baseball. I don't know if a lot of people watch baseball, but baseball has to do with a lot of analytics these days, right? And smart GMs in baseball use analytics to their advantage. And anyone who knows baseball knows that in baseball, pitching is the only thing that matters. Pitching, pitching, pitching. And he understands that. And he understands how baseball is played. Pitching matters so much, right? And it's kind of the same in basketball. Comfort, what move you go to, how you score matters so much. So if Kevin Durant is coming down the floor and his move is he's going to come down, he's going to try and turn around and try and post up, you better believe the other team knows exactly what he's going to come do. You know exactly what the other team is going to do if they know LeBron likes to drive left. They know you inside and out, like how a batter knows a pitcher inside and out and how a pitcher knows the batter inside and out, right? If I know the guy does not hit a fastball, well, guess what? He's going to get a fastball down the lane every single time. So the preparation is kind of different when you compare it to regular season, in which it's a different guy every night.
Quiz, right hand drive, and the pick and roll, going to blitz. Whatever they know he does well is gone. So that's where you need to check as many boxes as you can. Even shooters. We played some great shooters in the playoffs and have neutralized them. Because if that's all you can do is shoot the three, then you're not necessarily the weapon that we sometimes make you out to be in the regular season.
Exactly. And remember, Bob factors this in when he's choosing guys in the draft, when he's trying to trade for guys in the offseason. Your weapon that always works for you is going to get taken away. Can't pitch against left-handed batters? Guess what? The lineup changes.
Why does that matter? The more dimensions you have to your game, the harder you are to take away. Shoot the three, get fouled, get to the free throw line, drive to the basket. Well, how am I going to go, Paul? What should I have done against Paul Pierce? I'll let him shoot three. No. Let him go to the rim. No. Foul him. No. Keep him off the free throw. There's too many things he does. Left.
Diversity. And I talked about this in my last video about Scotty Barnes. I said I want him to diversify the way that he scores. Right? If you can diversify, you become that much more lethal. But let's continue.
Right, whatever. Oh, and by the way, let's pick on him defensively. No. That's what makes a Hall of Fame player. So you want as many of those guys as you can. So we can't get too caught up in like, let's have 4 shooters. Okay, well, what if those guys can't do anything else, can't guard their position? So I think it's more than sometimes we make it out to be. And the people here, I assume, are basketball fans. You watch the playoffs, you'll know who can play basketball. That's when you evaluate players. 2 feet of space you had in the regular season is 2 inches. And you watch how many players cannot make a shot in the playoffs and shoot 42% in the regular season. It's not the same thing.
Yeah, he's spot on there, talking about basketball. Guys, that's the reason the Golden State Warriors are so good. Because they have a guy at the top who understands basketball, who is smart, and it trickles down to their team, culturally, on the floor. And you have a guy like him, you have a guy like Steve Curry. Like, I get it, Stephen Curry gets a lot of the credit for the Golden State Warriors, but these are the guys behind the scenes that made it all happen. But if you like that kind of content, then make sure to hit the subscribe button, leave your thoughts in the comments below, and until next time, kids.